This is Dr. Alan Moore recording from SCP Facility 315 Dover. The date is the 12th of April 1989. Human Subject 72 came under our observation in the early hours of the morning after previously being submitted to the Royal London Hospital. The male in question had come in contact with a yet unidentified cosmic subject, which had caused several large growths to appear across his body. The male, aged 37, is otherwise in perfect health. His ability to communicate and move around, as well as all vital functions, are exactly what we would expect of a healthy middle-aged man. The subject was secured after our field agents reported one of the growths proceeded to grow an eye. Further observation is required to understand what is causing these mutations. It is day 3 of observations, and Subject 72 is starting to complain at signs of discomfort. On closer examination, several new large tissue growths have started to appear across the subject's back. Whilst observing these growths, I was disturbed to find an eye that had developed in the right-hand shoulder of the subject, watching me. 72 was completely unaware of it, yet as I proceeded with my examination, I could definitely feel it following me, watching my every movement. Fascinating. It's truly fascinating. Subject 72 has been monitored around the clock since his arrival at the facility, and in this time, he has started to grow both an additional set of arms sprouting from his back, as well as what looks to be several new pairs of legs. Although fully in control of his own body, the subject has become more and more irritable. This is understandable in their situation, though. Whilst we try to provide answers for them, we've considered moving them to a slightly more secure room after the subject lashed out at Dr. Johnson when he tried to take blood samples this morning. We have requested a member of the security team to be placed outside of his treatment room in the meanwhile. We've just managed to transport the subject to one of our more secure containment chambers. The subject's levels of mutations have been increasing at an ever-growing rate. After the growth of a secondary humanoid-shaped head, 72 started to become uncontrollable in his attitude and began lashing out. Although there have been no fatalities, several members of the security personnel have been hospitalized. Luckily, containment procedures were administered swiftly, and 72 was tranquilized long enough for us to get him down to the containment rooms before he caused any more harm. It is day 7, and I've just been informed that our control teams topside have managed to secure the cosmic matter 72 originally came in contact with. It should be arriving later this week. From here, we'll be able to analyze its true origins and see exactly how said subject altered the genetic makeup of 72. In the meantime, we've been able to observe results from both calorimeters and Geiger meters set up within the confounds of the containment chamber. Rather shockingly, the levels of heat coming from Subject 72 is more than twice that of a normal human. We expect this could be due to all of the energy created during the rapid growth of new tissue and muscle. It's been about 9 hours since my last recording, and 72's growth has shown no signs of slowing down. Subject 72 screams are frankly beyond anything any human could produce, especially when the screams are emanating from more than a dozen mouths that have since become visible all over the greater mass. We are considering more reinforced security measures as we speak. Bring it down! Shoot it! Shoot it! Davis, will you put those fires out? And Johnson, will you hurry up with those blood samples? We have no time to wait now. At 1700 hours on the 9th day of observation, Subject 72 broke free from its containment chamber and proceeded to destroy a small part of our lower levels. Although several members of our research and security teams were killed during this containment breach, I'm relieved to report that no damage was caused to other containment chambers. Maintenance is currently assessing the damages, while the remaining members of my research team are extracting blood and tissue samples from the subject. As for a quick summary of the events, the sprawling sea of limbs and appendages 72 has sprouted used its sheer mass as a battering ram to smash down the reinforced security door to its chamber. It proceeded to make its way mindlessly through the lower facilities, destroying and devouring whatever lay in its path. Security teams deployed as soon as the breach was detected, and after a lengthy siege brought it down. Whatever 72 had become, it was still mutated from basic human physiology, and therefore died from significant trauma to vital organs and blood loss. Please see my full written report submitted to the organization's higher-ups on the matter for a complete description of the events and a breakdown of my findings from our 9-day observation up until this point. Note: I have sent my request for 7 new members for my research team to replace those labelled as fatalities during the incident. I've just been informed that our control teams have delivered the cosmic matter in which the now terminated Subject 72 had come into contact with. We are excited to see what can be learned from this, as well as its practical applications within my team's research. So far, blood results and takings from the remains have displayed incredibly unique and regenerative growth properties, as well as exhibiting signs of continued movement even after its core mass had been destroyed. I'm sure the cosmic matter, newly designated Subject 23, will provide nearly limitless research potential for Dr. Johnson and myself.